Watching TVC Breakfast. Now, the Elevate Her UK recently launched the Diaspora Girls Connect Cultural Exchange Program, founded by Ebony King, to address a critical gap between heritage and empowerment. Now, the initiative creates meaningful links between young British African women and their culture and economic roots in Nigeria. Many diaspora girls have long felt caught between two worlds, connected to Africa by ancestry, but disconnected through experience and opportunity. Now, Ebony's initiative seeks to redefine that relationship by combining leadership, development, entrepreneurship, and cultural education. Diaspora Girls Connect transform cultural pride into practical empowerment, helping participants see Nigeria not only as a place of heritage, but also as a hub for innovation and growth. Joining us for this conversation is the founder of Elevate Her UK, Ebony King. Good morning, Ebony. How are you doing?
Thank you so much.
It's really good to have you on the show this morning. It's beautiful to have this conversation because, I was there live, I hosted the event, and I saw the great work that, you have done. We talk about the diaspora girls, and oftentimes people go over there and they forget their roots. They forget to come back to Nigeria. But you working on this, we also know your story, how, you just became a landlord in Lagos, Nigeria, and you had to come to Lagos, and you remembered your roots, and you're trying to do that for people to remember theirs as well. How has the journey been like for you in doing this?
Thank you so much for having me, Ria. The journey has been a bittersweet moment, a whirlwind, because it started off unexpected due to when my dad passed away early last year, and I became an unexpected landlord, as you mentioned. Prior to that, I never had no intention of investing in Nigeria in the long term, but being thrown into the deep end, I just had to, do my research, make necessary connections, and it wasn't that bad. And I just thought it shouldn't have taken me over 36 plus years to understand or to realize that Nigeria, Lagos, is a place to thrive, And being a youth advocate myself, I thought it's time for me to reach out to the young people that I support and start teaching them that Lagos is a place that you can be successful. There are successful people there. You can go there beyond Dirty December. There's a lot of things to do. So it's been a roller coaster. In the beginning, it was tough, but now I'm very happy that everything went well. The cultural exchange program went well, and all the girls love it, and they want to come back.
All right.
So, what has been the narrative making the rounds in the diaspora that has discouraged so many ladies to come to Nigeria? And a whole lot of people are saying or deciding that, look, Nigeria is not the place I will invest. And how did you change your mind? Yeah, you give us a little bit, but I'd like you to go more in depth with it.
Okay, the actual narrative that a lot of the British young people see, they see a lot of negativity on social media about Nigeria. Despite the whole land grabbing and things like that, they just hear negative, a lot of negative things, and that's what makes them not want to come home, not want to connect with the diaspora. For me also, I have a 17-year-old son, and I wouldn't want him to lose touch or lose focus completely. He knew about me coming to Nigeria, and him and his peers were shocked and wondering, like, why would I want to do this? So that, in the UK, the negative, just hearing negative things on social media, the negative news, that's basically why, there's a disconnect, the negative news that they hear about it. And also some parents don't want to teach their children about their culture. Luckily for me, even though my dad was born and raised in West London, he also went back home to Nigeria and he instilled it into me. And I think it's very important that parents should do that. They should be teaching their children, maybe try to bring them back home, or just be teaching them that every country has bad or negative things about them. It's not just Nigeria.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ebony. I love this topic because my grandmother is British. My mother is mixed race. I'm Nigerian, so I'm a third generation Brit-Nigerian woman. So I really enjoy this topic. And I know what it's like to struggle with your identity. Sometimes I'm too Nigerian for over there. Sometimes over here, I'm too a little bit Igbo and somehow. So I know what that's like. And I think that the work that you're doing is very important. My question is this. There are many diaspora initiatives that focus on representation. But the unique thing about your initiative, Elevate Her UK, seems that you're focusing on the concept of belonging. And so my question is, what does true belonging look like for a young African girl of African descent growing up in the West? What does it mean for her to truly belong here in Nigeria, her fatherland, despite growing up abroad?
What does it mean? I mean, it's very important for the young British girl or any diasporan girl to feel the sense of belonging here. And by doing that, like I said, we should be bringing them and educating them more on these things. A lot of them are confused, and, you know, the fact that they have these negative ideas is due to the lack of the education, lack of them being exposed. And with our program, I believe that by us, you know, doing this, a lot more young people would want to be connected, and a lot more young people will feel that sense of belonging.
Yes, quite interesting development there, and I'm so excited that we have the diasporan ladies, you know, doing this, you know, looking at it. They want to come back to Nigeria, but there is this culture shock, you know, coming back to Nigeria and then choosing Lagos and then seeing the traffic and then seeing the seeing the traffic moving to Balogun Market according to what the brief actually says. So I'm wondering why Lagos, because of course we know that Lagos is just Lagos, you know, that center of excellence. But I'm wondering why you chose, you know, Lagos, the heartbeat of the exchange, and how did the collaboration with the Lagos state government, how has it been, you know, vis-a-vis the youth, and what does it tell us about the Global Youth Engagement Drive?
To be honest, how it came about with Lagos is because of our patron of this program, who I met, Dr. Olajide Babatunde, who's the special advisor to the Lagos governor on EGIS and urban development. He believed in my vision. We discussed, you know, I spoke to him about this. He believed in my vision, and he just linked me with the necessary people that can help me bring this to life, because he also felt that it was very necessary for this. He introduced me to Aishat Agbaje, who's the executive secretary of Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy. And she also does a similar thing to what I do in the UK with Elevate Her UK. So we just connected. And she also went to school in the UK. So she understands the gap that is there, that the young British people are not connecting with Lagos. But yeah, it just came about by Dr. Babatunde believing in me, believing in my vision, and wanting us to develop that vision. That's how Lagos came about. We did want to do it in Abuja as well, but yeah, there wasn't enough time. But yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, talking about Dr. Olajide Babatunde, I know that he's done a fantastic job because he loves this kind of initiatives. And, you know, he was the one that linked you almost to the people that helped you with this initiative. It's a beautiful one, so we definitely have to give him his accolades. I know he's watching. Good morning, sir. And well done for what you've been doing for the diaspora girls. But if there's anything I want to speak on, Ebony, is the fact that some of these girls on that day, they'll tell you they want to come to Nigeria to do business. But there was one question that they always said, they're not sure if they want to raise their family in Nigeria. And that was quite worrisome to me. So what are you doing to bridge that gap? Because most of them were saying, we'll come to Lagos 30 December, we'll come to Lagos, we'll invest in real estate. But when you now tell them about, oh, you know, do you want to come and raise your family in Lagos? They're skeptical about it. What are we doing to make sure that they believe that you can come back home, you know, and live in Nigeria? It's peaceful, it's safe.
Yeah, like I said, we just have to keep teaching them. We have to keep educating them, not just talking at them, advising them, also showing them, you know, more of the programs like this Diaspora Girls Connect programs. When you show them, they will understand, they will see. When you introduce them or connect them with people that they can relate with, they would see for themselves. And to be honest, by the end of the trip, a lot of them were actually saying, you know, it's not that bad. They even sent messages and they were like, oh, actually, you know, I've started to see that I could probably, you know, in the future marry someone that's based in Nigeria and raise my kids in Nigeria. It will take time, but we just have to keep advising them. We have to keep showing them.
Yeah. But also let me quickly touch to the Lateef Jakonde Learning Academy, because I know they played a great role as well. You know, what are some of the things you say that, you know, the Elevate UK and the Diaspora Girls Summit 2025 benefited from that? Because we saw the Lateef Jakonde girls, we saw the UK girls as well. There was a very beautiful debate. It was a beautiful event. You know, I keep talking about it because it was one great event. But what would you say that the Lateef Jakonde Academy, you know, impacted to those girls that they will never forget, apart from the slangs?
I mean, the summit was youth-led and interactive, designed to unite our British delegates and the Nigerian fellows. So I think the whole interaction, because to be honest, quite a lot of the British girls that came, they've never stepped foot in Nigeria and they haven't really been able to relate with Nigerians in Nigeria. So that was a good thing. They were able to connect, they were able to bounce off of each other, they were able to discuss, they were able to share ideas. You know, I think that was good. They were able to see Nigerian young people who are doing well, who are successful as a role model. It changed their mindset, to be honest. It was a good collaboration.
Okay, what you're doing hinges a whole lot on education. You just have to keep talking to the diaspora girls, yeah, over and over again, and that, I must say, is an uphill task. How successful have you been, and what are the challenges that you would want to see surmounted very fast?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last question, the last part of the
yeah,
question.
what are the challenges that you are facing that you wish you weren't facing?
In the project, for the program?
Yes, in the project, because as I said earlier,
okay.
yeah, it has to do with a lot of education, right?
Yes, to be honest, there's not that many challenges due to the fact that we're very well connected with people that can actually demonstrate that this is a great project. We have a lot of political leaders that are involved who, for instance, we met with the permanent secretary, Mrs. Toyin Osayin Tolu. She gave us information on key youth programs and social development initiatives. She's from the Ministry of Youth and Social Development. You know, she exposed the girls to a lot of key youth initiatives. So it hasn't really been challenging because we've had a lot of key people involved who are able to offer their resources and their advice as well for this program. But I would say maybe we do need a bit more support, especially if we want to continue this on a yearly basis.
Okay.
Indeed, Ebony, I hope that you get all the support you need. But what do you say to some people who might argue that many diaspora empowerment programs, such as yours, romanticize Africa without really addressing the realities of what some young women's lives would be if they returned, taking lights, the culture shock, all the things that will happen if they come here, the good things and as well bad things? What do you say to these people who believe that the concept of homecoming is romanticized and oversimplified?
What I would say is that they have to understand that in every country there are positives and there are negatives. And instead of focusing on the negatives, let's focus on the positive. Let's keep doing the necessary things that we have to do to make sure that people do see, you know, the positive side. Yes, the girls did experience culture shock with the light coming off, but by the end of the experience, they enjoyed it. You have to be in it. You have to experience it to understand it. You can't just sit behind your screen and be, you know, negative. They have to experience it to understand. And, you know, it's not being romantic. We showed both elements. They saw the good side, they had fun, they went out, and they also saw the busy side of things, you know, because they went to Balogun Market. We just have to keep doing that, showing them. Let's talk more action. That's what we need to do.
And I think beyond talking about coming back home, there is the African, you know, nation there. So I'm wondering whether you're going to be expanding this to other African countries, because not just reconnecting back to Nigeria, but the African, you know, society, due to the fact that people are beginning to read into history and to see that the countries that they woke up, I mean, they were born, that they love, that they grew up and went to school, you know, therein, also played a role in debasing and reducing Africans, you know, integrity and ego during the colonial era. I'm wondering what it felt like for the girls when they went to the door of no return in Badagry. How did that moment of historical reconnection resonate with them emotionally and culturally?
That was an eye-opener for them. Quite a lot of them were not, you know, seeing at the places that our ancestors actually, you know, walked on and hearing the stories firsthand was really a big eye-opener for them. And it's something that they will definitely take back and spread to their peers, their families back home. It was a real eye-opener for them. And it made them appreciate what the ancestors went through more, our heritage. They were very, very grateful to Honorable Abike Dabiri for inviting us to that event. The thing is that not all of the girls were Nigerian. So to answer your question about expanding to other parts of Africa, yes, we will be expanding this program to other parts of Africa. There was a Sierra Leonean that was with us, a Jamaican that was with us. So not just Africa, the Caribbean and beyond. We will continue this program.
All right, a beautiful one. But Ebony, what are your plans for the next one? Let me say next year. What are you planning? You know, we're done with the Diaspora Girls Summit 2025, 2026. What are some of the big changes that you want to see?
Okay, so for the next year's one, we would definitely be out of the delegates that participated. We'll be connecting them with certain areas in ministry so that they can actually have internship opportunities, and so that they can experience the work life in Nigeria. We've been able to speak to Mr. Boyege Akosele, who's a special advisor on media to the governor. He's open to creating those internship opportunities for the young girls. So it's not just that they just came for 10 days for a trip. We want to also further develop and add real value to this program. And we just hope that other people, other ministries could open the doors for us to collaborate with them as well and create that opportunity.
Yeah, so I'll quickly ask you which other ministries, and also, when are you planning to take it to other African countries? Because like you said, there was a Sierra Leonean there as well. I'm sure you don't just want to do it just in Nigeria. We want to see it in Ghana, Zimbabwe, other African countries, South Africa. So first of all, let me know some of the ministries that you may want to collaborate with. You don't know, they may be watching.
Definitely. I mean, Ministry of Tourism, we hope to collaborate with them in the future, even though, we've had a bit of support from them.
Yeah.
And also the Ministry of Youth, we went there, like I said, we went there in person. We had a roundtable discussion, and I'm sure that they would also be open to collaborating with us in the future.
Okay. And when are we taking it to other African countries? You didn't?
Oh, next year we should be able to take it to Ghana. We should be able to take it to Sierra Leone.
Okay.
All right. I was a little bit surprised when you said you just had some contact with the tourism ministry. What you are doing aligns with the tourism ministry. I think they should just take this project, let them be the sponsoring government organization behind it. And what are you doing about introducing our culture, as in music, as in cuisine, as in a whole lot of other things that is completely Nigerian to these diaspora girls when they come?
Okay, meeting with certain successful people in those industries is something that can help them to, learn about that. And when they did come, we did take them to a few spaces. So the beauty industry, we took them to someone who's very prominent in the beauty industry. For them to even hear about the culture and royal fathers, we took them to Oba Legushi and Oba Oniru. So we are doing that. We are taking them to certain professionals or skilled people in those areas. And Ministry of Tourism, we are going to collaborate with them. The SA on tourism, Mr. Idris Aregbe welcomed the girls on the first night, which we're grateful for. And we're going to be working with Commissioner of Tourism in the future.
Ebony, I'm going to make my question a little bit personal, just to lure some young women that might be watching into your initiative. What is your favorite thing about Nigeria? I saw a girl on social media. She said that she loves the fact that she can get her hair, her nails, her braids done at a fraction of the price. But what about you? I want to know.
For me, I just love the drive and the resilience of Nigerian people. They always strive for success. They don't give up. Despite if there's negative or negative challenges going on, they will always find a way to make it big. Whether that's in education, whether it's in handwork and entrepreneurship. I just like the resilience and the hard work in Nigeria.
Yeah, so I'm still going to build on Olamide's question to you, because there was a lady who also came from the UK for the first time, and then she was being driven by a Nigerian driver. And she said Nigerian drivers have no business being on the road. They're supposed to be in Formula One because of the way they drive and the kind of banter they share, on the road, and even the abusive words and all of that. I want you to describe your trip to Nigeria in 3 words, and why those 3 words?
I think I would say amazing, amazing. It was just a great experience. I don't know. Even me for myself, even though I've been to Nigeria, I just think this time around, being in this space and working with the people behind this to you know, to make sure that the program goes great. I think I had an eye-opener. Learning about the culture and the history was just great for me. It was a great experience. It's unique. And to be honest, what the program, this Diaspora Girls Connect program is a one of a kind. It hasn't been done before. There's no Black British owned youth organization in the UK that has brought 15 girls, 15 girls under the age of 25 to Lagos, Nigeria, to experience this kind of thing. Awesome. I just think it was great. It was a great experience.
Awesome. Fantastic job you're doing, Ebony, and we can only wish you the best. But I just want to say this quickly, you know, for other people that are still thinking, do I want to come back home? Do I want to remember my roots? You know, what would you like to say to them? Because I'm sure we have a lot of diasporas watching as well. We have a lot of young, amazing Nigerian girls that are abroad and they're not sure if they want to come back home. So if you have this opportunity to, let me say, persuade them, you know, what are some of the things that you are going to be telling them?
What I would like to say is, first of all, do your research. And also, what I would like to say is, it's not that bad. I mean, you can be coming once in a while. Come, first spend a week, spend 10 days, and you'll be fine. Nigeria is not that bad. Lagos is not that bad. You know, like I keep saying, there are negative parts to every country in the world. Just do not forget your roots. Always remember that Nigeria is home. You know, that's what I would say.
Well, I know that my colleagues have made you give us some of your plans about going to Sierra Leone, to Ghana, but there are a whole lot of exciting cities in Nigeria. Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kaduna,
Kano as well.
Kano, Calabar for the carnival. Yes, we have Dirty December in Lagos and so on, and that's the one that know. How well are you selling entertainment, for example? Because the age bracket of the people that you're bringing here, entertainment is a big thing. I know they know Burna Boy, they know Whiskey and the rest, but do they know Small Doctor?
Yes. Yes, they do. I mean, when the girls that we brought, we taught them a range of things, music, you know, from different genres. We definitely make sure that they do their research before they come, and we also try to show them that there are various religions, tribes in Nigeria. So we also expose them to that, and we educate them on these things. But one of the main things for Elevate Her UK is we're not just trying to dwell on the whole Dirty December aspect. We want them to have the intention of, you know, investing something in Nigeria on a long-term basis for their future. You know, the Beyond Dirty December narrative there's more to Nigeria than just the Dirty December. They can after they finish their degrees in the UK, they can come, they can open a business, they can work in the goods sector, you know? That's what we are focusing on.
Now, Ebony, I wouldn't be very good at my job if I didn't ask you this question. Last year during Dirty December, and indeed just in general the December period, seeing an influx of diaspora natives, there was a big scandal that went down over here in Nigeria. And they were paying with their cards. These are people from the diaspora. And then they went back to England and America, respectively, and disputed these transactions, which caused business owners to lose millions of naira in profit from those transactions that occurred during that holiday period. Now, my question is this, you know, you have a focus on educating diaspora natives about Nigeria. What are you doing to educate them about us and the intricacies of our culture, and also protect us as Nigerians and our assets and our businesses? It's a two-way street, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. It's a two-way street. I mean, like I said, they have to have the right knowledge and the right research. So when our girls from the UK came, we encouraged them not to, you know, we encouraged them to abide by the Nigerian. You have to respect the Nigerian culture, even though they're not used to doing certain things, maybe covering up in the UK. My team and I had to explain to them that when you go to certain places, you may not be able to show all your skin, show your tattoo, you know. So it's the same thing with the card issue. We also advise them that they should exchange, they should bring cash and they should change their money. We also told them that they shouldn't be engaging in chargebacks, visa chargebacks, that it's not good. You know, they should protect the economy, that this is their home at the end of the day.
Thank you,
They have
Ebony.
to protect their home.
All right. Thank you so much, Ebony. I'm wishing you all the best. We're also hoping for next year to have a bigger and better one. So congratulations with everything you're doing. And thank you for making sure that our people remember their roots. And that is the most important thing. And you've been doing it. A young woman making a mark. We appreciate you. Thank you, Ebony King.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.